Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jeff, and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And we are playing a deck that I am calling Infinite Drain. And this deck is super fun. It's nothing new. This combo has been around for a while. But the cool thing about M19 and Dominaria, this deck hasn't really been played since since the Rivals of Ixalan. But there's a few new cards that came out that helped kind of give redundancy to the deck. So this is a 4-piece combo deck, and the problem with 4-piece combo decks is that it's hard to get 4 pieces of the same thing of what you need out on the battlefield, especially when you're only playing 4 of each one. But if we can start playing 6 of each one, or 5 or more, 8 of certain things, then we're doing all right. So that's the goal of the deck. So first off, the two main things that we need to run into is this Oathsworn Vampire. So Oathsworn Vampire enters the battlefield tapped. You may cast Oathsworn Vampire from your graveyard if you gain life this turn. So basically, if this is in the graveyard, we can cast it if we gain life. Well, the main thing we're trying to do with this is we're playing Bontu's Monument, so we're making it a little bit cheaper to cast. And whenever we cast the creature, each opponent loses 1 life and we gain 1 life. And so the main thing is what we're trying to do is that if we have Oathsworn Vampire in the graveyard with Bontu's Monument and some way to sack him, then he goes to the graveyard, we bring him back. He goes to the graveyard, we bring him back. He goes to the graveyard, we keep bringing him back. We keep casting him, and we can cast that for as much mana as we have. And so we're playing some Cabal Stronghold, some Swamps, a bunch of things like that. And we can drain them like crazy on each turn, and if we have 6 mana, we can do it. We can hit them for 6 points of damage, we gain 6 life. But here's the other part of our combo is Pitiless Plunderer, which says whenever another creature you control dies, create a colorless treasure artifact token. So basically we create some more mana. So we create a treasure, and every time that we sack this guy with Defiant Salvager, Yahenni, I'm also bringing a few other, like the Whisper Blood, to try to bring back some other things of our combo. So this is one of the redundancies from Dominaria that I really like, is that we can actually sacrifice 2 creatures and bring back something that we need, like a Pitiless Plunderer, or just something else to draw into what we're needing. So that's the kind of goal of the deck. We can create tons of mana. As long as we have a Bontu's out, we keep going. We have the Epicure of Blood, that whenever we gain a life, each opponent loses another life. And so this actually kind of helps us out if we don't have Bontu's Monument or we don't have the Pitiless Plunderer out. So we can be doing 12 points of damage on turn 6 rather than just 6. And so that's kind of the goal of Epicure of Blood, is to kind of give a little bit more redundancy with that. I was debating on going into white to add even Johnny's Pridemate, which if you have Epicure of Blood and a Johnny's Welcome, then what you do is you basically create the same trigger of a Bontu's Monument. So whenever Oathsworn Vampire would enter the battlefield, we would gain life, and we could start creating that trigger as well. So that's one way to create some more consistency, more redundancy in the deck. But I'm trying to go a couple different ways, and that is with kind of trying to have another win con with Revel and Riches. So we have Revel and Riches, which says whenever we have 10 treasure token artifacts, then we win the game on the beginning of our upkeep. So if we have 10 treasures at the beginning of our upkeep, we win. So we have a couple treasure maps to get that, the Pitiless Plunderer, and that's really what we're trying to do. If by chance we don't really draw into the things we're needing, or it gets exiled, bad things happen, and we draw into the other side of our combo, which is just sacrificing and Pitiless Plunderer, and don't have the Bontu's Monument or the Oathsworn Vampire, we can still win the game. That's kind of what I wanted with this deck, is to create a way to win no matter which pieces we come up against. And we do have ways to draw into more with Treasure Map and this, but otherwise, Pitiless Plunderer, if we have 2 or 3 of these out and a Salvager, or something like that, every single creature that we sack, and even if it is the Oathsworn Vampire, we can be creating 3 treasures per creature and get to that 10 mana really, really quick, which if we don't run into the Revel of Riches, we also have Torment of Hailfire. So anyway, this deck is pretty fun. I've seen quite a bit of success with it, and I like that it's a combo deck that has a lot of redundancy and pretty good synergies as well. So let's get into the gameplay, see if we can make the combo happen, and here we go. Alright, so here we are in Arena Standard, and we are playing Infinite Drain, and ooh, this actually looks pretty good. So we have 2 of our combo pieces, kind of 3 with this here, a way to kind of keep redundancy again, but we will keep this. Hopefully draw into our Oathsworn Vampire. We play Swamp, pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. Hopefully we're not just going to get controlled out of this game. We play Swamp, pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. Alright, so we play Swamp, and let's see if this resolves. Bontu's Monument, it does resolve, so no negates at least. Opponent plays an island, plays Divination, drawing some cards. So we draw into a Salvager. So we're going to play Swamp, and we'll just play Defiant Salvager. There's not really a reason to be playing these other ones just yet, so we're going to pass the turn, save up a cast down. Opponent plays Ixalan Binding, and let's see if they grab the Bontu's Monument, which is really bad. So, yeah, we have to let that resolve, unfortunately. Alright, so now and we draw into our combo as well. Man, oh man. Alright, so we have to go towards our other version of this deck, which means that we need to, first off, we'll go attacking here. And we're going to look for some way to get out of this. So first off, we're going to play Pitiless Plunderer and pass turn. So we actually had the infinite combo on that turn. We drew the exact pieces that we needed. Oh my goodness, we had it. Alright, so Patient Rebuilding. We can't play the Bontu's Monument because it's Ixalan Binding. We play Whisper. Go to combat, attack for 3, and pass the turn. We mill an Epicure of Blood, and another Plunderer. Oh man. We draw into the Revel Enriches, so we do have part of our combo here. So we play Oathsworn Vampire. We go to combat, we attack in for 9 and pass the turn. So we have a pretty fast clock here at least. Even though opponent has built up a lot of the things they're trying to do here, we may still pull this off. They play a second Psychic Corrosion. Alright, and a Cage. So what are they going to grab? Oathsworn Vampire. Alright, so yeah, Whisper is definitely the best one there. I wish I could sack it to grow the Salvager here, but we'll let that resolve. And we still have a 3-turn clock right now, so pass to my turn. Another Plunderer isn't terrible. It helps us if we ever get to the Revel Enriches. So we're going to play that. We go to combat. We attack. Bring them down to 4 and pass the turn. So now if they have 1 piece removal, we still have the game. We're hoping they don't have Settle the Wreckage. That's probably the worst thing for us here. They play Teferi.
Sorry I'm late.
Alright, so opponent is bouncing, which makes me feel a little bit safer here. So one thing that we can do is we can play Swamp. We're going to play Revel Enriches. We're going to go to combat, attack them. Alright, so they don't have a Silhouette, so we did have the game there. Alright. Alright, that was... Oh, man. Racing control from doing what they're trying to do is always so nerve-wracking, but we pulled it off. Alright, so here we are in Arena Standard, and we are playing Infinite Drain. And last game, we did pull it off. We won against white-blue control. But we also had the infinite combo, and they took it from us. They stole our Bontu's Monument, and we will not forgive them, ever. But hopefully we can pull it off again, but not with this hand. We need a mulligan. Now we have all of the lands. I think we still keep this though. Treasure Map, Plunderer, and a Scry. Yahenni's not bad. So we have 2 pieces to the combo here. We play Swamp and pass the turn. Opponent plays Mountain. So the one issue is that we do have a curve here that won't let us necessarily scry with the Treasure Map. Let's see if they have an Abrade anyway. They do. Alright. Opponent plays a Mountain. And Dragon's Horde. Alright, so we're playing Dragon. Now it looks like it's the mono red version. So we're going to play Swamp. And I think we actually go Salvager here first so that we can make him indestructible on the next turn. So Salvager goes first. And we pass the turn. So one thing I would probably do... Okay, Magna Sprays. Alright. That's better than on him than on the Yahenni. Opponent plays a Mountain. And Sarkin.
You will feel the lick of my flames. Are you ready?
It's ticking up, so they have... Okay, Dragon's Egg. Oh man, we are in trouble. Luckily, if they block for him with Yahenni, then we're actually in okay shape here. So we play Swamp. We play Yahenni. We are going to go attacking at Sarkin. Make them block, which will make Yahenni bigger. So they block. We get a counter on Yahenni. And we do have 2 of the pieces of the combo in our hand. So we've drawn to a Bontu's Monument. Oh, I guess now we have to find a sacrificer now. Oh my goodness. This combo is so hard to pull off, but it's so fun when you do. So they go looting. Looks like they don't have any dragons in their hand so far, which we are fine with that. Opponent swings in for 4. That's the one issue, is this dragon is so powerful. Alright, so we play Cabal Stronghold, which really doesn't do anything for us until the next turn anyway, but we'll play Pitiless Plunderer. Pass the turn. Alright, so Spit Flame kills us. Oh man, this is a terrible matchup. The type of removal they have is fantastic against us. And Demanding Dragon. Oh boy. If we draw a Bontu's Monument here, I am going to be so... Oh my goodness. We draw everything we needed to, and they just removed it all. Oh my goodness. So we play Swamp. We play Bontu's Monument. We play Oathsworn Vampire. Oh my goodness. Oh, we had it. We had it. So, I'm not sure if we're actually dead this turn. They have enough mana. They could have just swung in with the dragon. But another Demanding Dragon does it too. So, oh man, we had it. We drew all of the pieces we needed. Oh man. Alright, we're going to play one more game. One more game here. Alright, so here we are in Arena Standard, and we are playing Infinite Drain, and oh my goodness, we had it. We had the combo. We've had it 2 games in a row, and we did win the first one. This time we don't have it at all, but we still have to keep this. Decent curve, some more card draw, lots of removal. One thing too, I hate to look at this, but you can see people's rankings here, and sometimes if they're on the lower end, they don't always have Like, they don't always know what other decks are out there. So we're going to let this resolve. It comes into them, and then we are going to Fatal Push. Losing 2 cards for 1, not bad. Then we'll play Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw me a card. Vraska's Contempt isn't bad, especially if this is mono red aggro. Or red-black aggro, which is also not good. So we will play Swamp. And we're just going to save the Vraska's Contempt for Scrap Heap Scrounger. I think that's going to be our best thing. And play Defiant Salvager. And we'll just pass the turn. We can block with the Dusk Legion Zealot. Although that does get our Defiant Salvager a little bigger. And we also want to save him for treasures because we do have the Revel and Riches. So if we draw into a Pitiless Plunderer, we want to save that. Alright, so they play Unlicensed Disintegration. We lose 3. Swing in for 3. And I think at this point it's better just to block. So we're going to go ahead and block. We play Vraska's Contempt next turn. And we have 2 removal spells the turn after that. We're in decent shape here. We have lost one of our combo pieces, but we have 5 other versions of him in the deck, so should be all right here. We need to find more card draw. What we need is a treasure map or just draw into our combo pieces. So opponent passes the turn, and we're going to pass the turn. We have all removal here, which is pretty good. Cast downs can be a little risky. We're going to play Swamp into Revel and Riches, which also works decently well with all the removal spells, though we're going to be pretty far away from treasures. So let me know in the comments down below if you want to see this deck played. I want to play a Revel and Riches deck that is just straight up destroy, like board wipe, like Sweltering Suns, Hour of Devastation, Fumigates. I think Cleansing Nova, is that Destroy or Exile? I think it's Destroy. But anyway, I think that would just be super fun. All right, so Cabal Stronghold is not bad there either. We'll pass the turn, and I think we're hoping for like Torment of Hailfire. So I think we have ways to kill their stuff, get treasures, and if we draw into a Torment of Hailfire, we could end the game decently quick that way. So we let that resolve and let them pass the turn, and we're going to go ahead and Fatal Push now. But I think that would be kind of fun, just like a massive board wipe. The one issue with that, though, is if you run up against a control matchup, it doesn't really help at all because they won't have anything die. So I think the only way that would really work is if you're playing in MTG Arena, and I could just like show you the games where I do match up against that. So let me know in the comments below if you would like to see that kind of deck played. Yeah, let me know. So it looks like opponent may be timing us out here with us removing everything. Might be a little frustrated, which yeah, it's okay. We're fine with that. But we will wait it out. Alright, so we go to my turn. We find a swamp. We go to combat. This is the one thing that MTG Arena needs to fix, is how long this takes. Which, it's frustrating because there's not a good way to do it. Alright, so opponent does time themselves out. We win. Alright, so there was Infinite Drain. You got to see it, and you got to pretty much see every combo piece, every card that we have, I think, came up. The issue was we just kept getting destroyed. Oh my goodness! Every time we had them, they had the right answer, and I think we still pulled everything off. I mean, we got timed out there, unfortunately, but I hope you guys enjoy the deck. Definitely try this one out. It is so much fun, and it's really fun, just a janky combo. I love Bontu's Monument. I think I'm going to build another deck just around that, and that was actually how this one started. I was going to build a Bontu's Monument deck, and I was like, well, I haven't done this deck yet, and I created a pretty fun version of it. I hope you guys liked it. If you had any suggestions, put them in the comments below. Like the video if you liked the content here. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.